All right. Yes, yes. A little bit of music here. Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yes. We go. Once you have a board in place with its diverse skills, talents, and connections needed to expand your resource development program, where do you start? Once you have the board convinced that giving and getting is important, how do you make it happen? Let's talk about board giving. There are several reasons board giving is critical to your organization. It increases the level, firstly, it increases the level of ownership the board members feel toward your organization. Secondly, it shows donors and prospective donors that your board members are good stewards. Thirdly, it enables your organization to raise funds from foundations and other entities that ask how much has the board given. And lastly, it makes board members feel good about their involvement with your organization and enables them to ask others for money. Requiring your board members to give a set amount each year is discouraged for several reasons. It limits you in recruiting board members who may have a lot of talent and skills but are unable to give at the required level. On the other hand, board members who could easily give more tend to give at the standard minimum level. Therefore, it is better to stress in the board's position description that all board members are required to give at a meaningful level. The two key words are all, 100% of the board members should be giving annually, and meaningful. Board members should be rated individually of an appropriate ask amount. You should also ask board members to make their contribution before asking others to give. You may ask, how do you approach board members for their contribution? And the answer is, begin by appointing a board appeal committee. A tool that can help with your board appeal is a list showing board members various ways you need their support throughout the year. Most board members get annoyed at being nickeled and dimed to death for every special event that comes along. A menu of options as to how they can direct their support will be helpful, but it should always include unrestricted board giving as well. Once you've recruited an effective board and each board member has made a personal financial commitment, the next step is getting members involved in the process of identifying, cultivating, and soliciting donors. Remember, every board member has a sphere of influence that can be used to help your organization. They just need to be made aware of the value of their connections. And how they can use these connections to help your organization. If your board members are reluctant. If your board members are reluctant to assume their fundraising role, you may start by getting them involved in some painless ways of fundraising, such as serving on the development committee to help plan fundraising activities, developing and reviewing mailing lists, selling tickets for an event, serving on an event committee, asking friends and family to contribute to your organization in occasion of their birthday, or their anniversary, or other special occasion gifts. Asking companies they do business with to sponsor an event or to take out an or take out an ad in a program book for an event, signing appeal letters to individuals they personally know, or finally participating in a thankathon. This is a very difficult word. Participating in a thankathon in which they call current donors just to thank them for their gifts, not to ask for money. With this information on the role of the board in fundraising, let's move on to the last segment of this episode. A little bit of music. Okay. In this episode, we discussed systemic review, the first stage of the first phase of my personal and organizational transformation model, which has 3 phases, namely understanding, implementing, and scaling. We discussed why we need to make a distinction between symptoms and causes of our challenges, and how detaching ourselves from a system gives us a higher perspective to understand our relation with that system and our effect on the system. We also discussed the role of the board in fundraising at a deeper level. This can be summarized in 4 points. The role of the board in fundraising is critical. However, board members who have not been told that fundraising is part of their responsibility will not be willing to get involved. You need to have a thoughtful, careful board recruitment process that includes a job description outlining the board's role and responsibility in fundraising. Board nominations should be done through a year-round process involving a board resource committee. Board giving is important to show your funders that the family of your organization has accepted responsibility for supporting it. An annual board appeal should be given as much thought and preparation as any major gift appeal. Board members need to have their fear of fundraising removed before they can be effective. There are various ways that you can train and educate your board so that members will embrace their fundraising role once they understand how easy it is and how much fun it can be. I invite you to review your systems. There are many systems to which we are connected. Our ideological systems, our norms and value systems, our family systems, our work systems, our political and social systems. Try to list as many systems as you can and then pick one of them. Only one. Does not matter which one. Just pick the one that pops up into your head immediately. If you're doing... try to detach yourself from this system and view it from a distance, as an outsider, and be open and honest and see how you feel and see it from that distance. And then try to see how it affects your actions and how your actions are affecting its being. When we detach ourselves and observe the system to which we are connected, or better to say entangled, we discover our shortcomings, we discover our strength, and we discover new opportunities. This realization guides us to be grateful for what we have and show gratitude towards our surroundings. This realization also guides us towards truly practicing our personal freedom of choice and act not just based on the order that the system provides for us, but act based on understanding the impact we have on the system and the system has on us. For me, this is the definition of freedom. An end. Very long, huh? Jesus Christ. All right. All right, I'm coming up.